So, the French never commit war crimes. What they've done in Mali is beyond reproach. Ask the Malian people that. Ask the Malian people that. For the last several years, the Malian people have wanted the French military out. There have been 2 military coups in Mali in 2020 and 2021. Just this month in May, the Malian military junta asked the French to leave, and they have now themselves left the French cut-out political project called G5 Sahel. Why am I telling you all this? I would like to also tell you, by the way, about Mozambique, where the French were not happy to intervene directly in Cabo Delgado province, to defend their investments, French Total's investments in natural gas fields off the coast of Mozambique, northern Mozambique. No, so they cut a deal with the Rwandan army on behalf of the French to invade Mozambique, in fact, with the permission of the government in Maputo. I'm saying all this because the concept of sovereignty was at the heart of the founding of the OAS in 1963. Africa Day is about establishing the sovereignty of the continent. And yet routinely, I'm not talking now about the 1960s and 70s and 80s, I'm talking about now. Now, it's the French that invade, and nobody calls that an invasion. It's the French that invade. In fact, I would like to say to you that the Europeans and the US have moved Europe's border effectively from north of the Mediterranean to south of the Sahara. They've essentially taken and garrisoned the Sahel region. They always get upset and say the Chinese are colonizing Africa. We hear this all the time. Chinese are colonizing Africa. Philip Dexter, our comrade, said that China has a military base in Africa. In fact, I've been there. It's in Djibouti. It's not a military base, in fact. It's a naval station that the Chinese established in order to join a United Nations operation against piracy. Now, I have my own mixed feelings about that UN operation against piracy because they're attacking poor people off the coast of Somalia whose fishing was destroyed by multinational corporations and they took up piracy. Let's solve the economic problems. Don't treat this as a security issue. So easy to treat everything as a security issue. Underneath that is a basic economic problem. That's hardly a military base. Meanwhile, in Agadez, Niger, the United States has a massive drone base. It's the largest drone base in the world. The Research Institute of the Socialist Movement of Ghana and Tricontinental produced a dossier on the militarization of Africa. The militarization of Africa by whom? By the United States and the French. The African Union, which is heir to Africa Day and the founding of the OAS in 1963, the African Union in 2016, the Peace and Security Council of the African Union passed a resolution which said that the Peace and Security Council of the African Union passed a resolution which said that foreign military bases should be removed from the African continent. Why can't that be established? If it's the African Union's Regional Security Council, why can't its opinion, sovereign opinion of all the countries on the African continent, why can't that be established? Why can't the sovereignty of the continent be established? This is a fight to exercise sovereignty. Why have we abandoned thinking in those terms? Because sovereignty is on the one side about territory, but it's also about the economy. Why can't African countries and Africa as a regional project establish an agenda? Why isn't it allowed, the countries and then the project alone, to establish their own sovereign agenda, to trade with whomever they want, to get investment from wherever they want, to establish the right to price their resources however they want? Why is that not at the top of the agenda?